to the 40k Fireside podcast, where we discuss everything to do with competitive Warhammer 40k with your hosts Vik VJ and David Gaylord.
Hell yeah, another day in paradise, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Thousand Sun spoilers are out. Now, I've barely even read the text, the paste bin spoiler or whatever that was. So I've been holding off. I haven't even really delved that much into the point spoiler that came out yesterday. So you're going to get my full, unadulterated reaction. I'm really hyped for this army. This is going to be so sick. I have loved Thousand Suns since they were completely busted in 9th edition, and you played Thousand Suns with Tzeentch Flamers. Obviously, I played them a lot then. Played them a lot early in this edition, and then I played them at WTC for Team New Zealand. So I love Thousand Suns. I am definitely a type of player. If you played Magic the Gathering, I loved a Storm deck. So I love just having the huge psychic phase and casting spells. I really love the old 9th edition way of casting spells. So we'll see what has got to come there. I can already see some things have changed. So we've got points as well. And it's very exciting. I want to give a big shout out, by the way. If you enjoyed the Guard Masterclass, I will be doing a probably 3 to 4 hour masterclass on Thousand Suns before the codex is even legal to play, before you should even have it in your hands. In probably about a week's time, I will have a complete masterclass done with a competitive list for every single detachment, with everything broken down with you, ready to go. That's my aims, that's my ambition, and that'll be on 40kfireside.com. I will probably do an announcement somewhere after I've released it, but make sure you check that out. The Guard one was absolutely insane. The list that I still wrote in that Guard masterclass before the codex is even dropped are still very good tournament lists. In fact, the Hammer list hasn't even changed that much at all. And Mechanized Assault, as I said, was going to be really powerful. Is really powerful. Okay, fuck that. If you're a Guard hater and your TSONS enjoy it, let's get started. Damn, I love Warhammer, dude, but I love this army for sure. Okay, this is from a Imgur link or whatever. Okay, let's go through it. So, new army rule. Thousand Suns probably had the best army rule of all time previously. That was just, cast spells, and the spells were completely busted. So, I'm kind of curious to see whether or not they've changed them up, made them easier to cast or whatever like that. Okay, if your army faction is Thousand Suns, that will be our army faction. At the start of the shooting phase, so they didn't create a new phase for it, it's still the start of the shooting phase. One or more models from your army with this ability can attempt rituals from those listed on the right. To do so, select one model from your army with this ability that has not yet attempted a ritual this turn, and select one ritual no model from your army has manifested this turn. Okay, so one unit to cast one ritual that hasn't been casted previously. Okay, cool. I'm looking desperately if they've messed up a wording. Then take a psychic test for that model. Psychic test is back. Awesome. By following the sequence below. Awesome. Okay, 2d6. I like that. Psychic test sequence. Roll 2d6. Then if one or more doubles or triples were rolled during this test, that model's unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. Okay, wow. So you roll a double 4, you get D3 mortals. You roll double 6, you get D3 mortals. Okay, that's pretty awesome. This is very much back to 9th edition, which I'm a big fan of, to be honest. If that model is not destroyed, okay, so you could destroy your model. So if it lives, the combined total of the dice rolled during this test is the psychic test result. So you can roll 3 dice. That's interesting. And 1 second, if one or more doubles were rolled, so if you can roll 3 dice and you roll double 6 and then a 1, you still take D3 mortals. Okay, cool. If one or more doubles, okay, so if you roll, yeah, okay. I was just trying to think you get 2 doubles and a 3 combination pair, but you can't. That's fine. If this equals or exceeds the warp charge value of the ritual attempted, that model manifests a ritual. Okay, so I mean, 9th edition casting, that's really cool. I'm loving that. But we've got obviously a much more limited number of spells. 9th edition, you had Smite, so you could cast Smite 8 times. Destiny's Ruin. This seems like a new one. Warp charge of 5, cool. I think I think the ninth edition was also called Warp Charge, maybe. Someone correct me down below. Okay, select one enemy unit within 24 inches and visible to the manifesting model, so 24 invisible, until the end of the phase. Each time a TSONS model from your army makes a attack that targets that unit, reroll a hit roll of 1. If the psychic test result was for the 10 plus, you can reroll the hit roll instead. Ooh, that's pretty good, man. Straight up reroll 1s. That's going to be pretty good on Magnus. Just cast, and then you get reroll 1s. Okay, interesting. Potentially full rerolls, which is good. And it's whenever a TSONS model from your army makes an attack that targets that unit. So if you're just going to use it on Magnus, you get reroll 1s for 5. And then if you roll a 10, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to point all my, I don't know, Mutalith Vortex Beast. Dude, you can get rerolls on your Mutalith Vortex Beast. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. I've noticed that these are not locked to Thousand Sun Psyker, so Mutalith Vortex Beast with the railgun, dude. I'm just putting it out there. Like, Triple Vanquish is pretty good. Triple Mutalith Beast is good too. That's already pretty good with the Mutalith Beast. I'm not gonna lie. That is a very good ritual. I think that's an S tier ritual. Select one friendly unit. So Temporal Surge, okay, Classico, Warp Charge 6, with an engaged range of, not with an engagement range of one or more enemy units, and is within 24 inches and visible to this manifesting model. So I think it used to be 16 inches previously. Someone might, or maybe it was 18 inches. So now you can do it within 24. That's cool. Visible to that unit. That unit can make a normal move up to D6 inches. Okay. If the psychic test for this was 10 plus, you can move 6 inches instead. In either case, until the end of the turn, that you're not eligible to charge. Okay. Wow. So Temporal Surge has been nerfed a lot. That is a huge nerf. Before, Temporal Surge was just make another move. It was, arguably one of the best abilities in the game. It was extremely good. You would use it twice. You would basically use it every turn twice, or you would be doom bolting twice. So okay, really interesting that I've decided to nerf Temporal Surge. I think that's probably a good change in all seriousness. Yes, I think that's a good change. It was very strong before. Okay, Doom Bolt. Okay, enemy unit within 24. Okay, so it looks like they've standardized the ranges for all these 1, 2, 3, 4 rituals. I hope they've got some more rituals because just 4 is, okay, that's 4. Okay, unit within 24, invisible. Okay, excluding units with the lone up ability that are not attached to a unit and not within 12 inches of the manifesting model. Okay, I believe this is basically saying if you're a lone up model, you need to be within 12. If you're a regular model, you need to be within 24. That unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. Okay, so you always... Okay, right. So your unit you're targeting takes D3. If the psychic test of which was passed on 11 plus, that unit suffers D3 plus 3. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to do some math really quick here. Chance to roll 11 plus on 3d6. Because I'm assuming you can 3d6 things. Okay, so score probabilities for you right here. 3d6 giving combinations. 11. Give me 1 second. You have a result or less, result or more is a 50% chance on 3d6. 50-50 on 3d6 to doom bolt something. Okay, on an 11 plus. Okay, that's pretty good because D3 is a pretty big nerf here. So it was basically D3 plus 3 all the time, right? Okay, so doom bolt's been nerfed as well. Twist of Fate. Select one enemy unit within 24 inches invisible to the manifesting model until the end of the phase. Each time a TSONS model from your army makes an attack that targets the unit, improve the AP by 1 until the end of the phase. Okay, so it's just shooting, plus 1 AP. If the result was 12 plus, improve the AP by 2 instead. Very interesting. Right, okay, so couple of pros and cons on the army rule. Okay. We get one more ritual, which is good. Destiny's Ruin is good. That's definitely very good. In fact, I think Destiny's Ruin might turn out to be just one of the best rituals. It's got the lowest casting value, and it's very strong. Next thing, you can cast any number of these rituals, and it doesn't matter how many Cabal points you have. So your army is no longer limited by this huge build around of, hey, I've only got this many Cabal points. Hey, I've got this many Cabal points. At WTC, I played specifically completely built to play 19 Cabal points, so you could double Temporal Surge, Doom Bolt on one turn, right? Then you could double Doom Bolt after that, for example. So that was a huge breakpoint. You're no longer limited to that. So if you've got 4 psychers on the battlefield, you can cast 4 rituals. Okay. The rituals are harder to do, though. Previously, they were guaranteed, and now they're not guaranteed. So I would say the army rule, Cabal of Sorcerers, has gotten worse. I mean, it was literally like obviously the best army rule in the game by a huge margin. So it's definitely been nerfed. But I think I really like the way that they've nerfed it. It makes a lot of sense to me. I think that a lot of these abilities have been nerfed in sensible ways. And, this Destiny Ruin ability actually incentivizes you to not play Flamers, which I think is really important here as well. Awesome. Pact of Sorcery. Let me just check this out. When mustering your army, unless you specifically stated otherwise, you cannot select Scintillating Legions as your army faction. Okay, so you can't play Monodemons. Okay, Grand Coven. So we're on to the first detachment, and obviously Grand Coven is... Well, I saw Lord of Forbidden Law here, but then I also saw Psychic Maelstrom. So it looks like Grand Coven, the Index detachment, has been completely reworked. If this was the name of the Index detachment, okay, interesting. Obviously, this Index detachment was very strong, and it looks like they've changed a few things. In your command phase, you can select one of the abilities listed below to take effect until your next start of your next command phase. You can only select one of these abilities once per battle. Okay, fascinating. Because I did walk down here and see Devastating Wounds, so I thought maybe they just buffed it. But you can only select one, and I think this is a great change. Let's walk through. 6-inch range on psychic weapons. Okay. That's a good ability, obviously. Nice. So on your early turns, you can use that. Magnus, that's really good because you would always try and extend his range. Then we've got Psychic Maelstrom. Whenever you make a psychic attack, add 1 to the wound roll. Okay, I mean, yeah, that's really powerful as well. And then we've got Wrath of the Immaterium, devastating wounds on psychic weapons. Okay, really good. It's difficult to say whether this is better or worse. I think in a lot of circumstances, it could be seen as a side grade. Magnus already gave +1 to wound aura, so it's going to be interesting to see if he keeps that. I think now thinking about it more, it's a nerf for sure compared to the other index rule, but the other index rule was obviously insanely strong. The only reasons why TSONS weren't as powerful now was because their datasheets were so expensive. So yeah, interesting side grade here, a little bit of a nerf, but I still think there's so much to play around, and you've got a couple of different options, which is really interesting. Perhaps you don't need to play Magnus if you don't need to stack +1 to wound. I'll be interested to see if some weapons have been included, if they've included more psychic weapons. Okay, Lord of Forbidden Law. Okay, well, this used to be the double cast ritual, so have they still got it? Each time the bearer manifests a ritual, while resolving a ritual, add 6 inches to the range. Not that great. Okay, not that great. Encadium. Exalted Sorcerer model only. Okay, so you can play Exalted Sorcerer on disc. Once per battle, when selecting a ritual, you can select Doombolt, even if this model from your army has already manifested the ritual this phase. Okay, just a straight up, once per game, double Doombolt. Pretty good. Depending on the points, that's going to be pretty good. The reason being is because when you double Doombolt something as opposed to single Doombolting, like, you get way more value out of it. Like, if you've got like a Vindicator, double Doombolt, you only need to put something small into it. It's way better than a single Doombolt. Umbrellific Crystal looks like it's exactly the same. Eldritch Vortex of Etaf. Sorry. TSONS model only, add 1 to the strength and damage characteristics of psychic weapons equipped by the bearer. The reason I didn't know what that enhancement was called was because it used to be called Arcane Vortex, if I'm not mistaken. The extremely broken enhancement on the Infernal Master, 1 to the strength and 1 to the damage, still exactly the same, baby. So Infernal Master, looking pretty good still. Okay. And then we've got the strats. Psychic Dominion, exactly the same, 4 up, Feel No Pain. Destined by Fate. Okay, after any... Yep, so you can blanket damage after you've failed the save, which is good. I mean, it's a really strong stratagem anyway. Egotistical Power. Okay, this looks like a new one for the index. Your command phase. 1 TSONS Psyker from your army. Select an imbued manifestation, Psychic Maelstrom or Wrath of Immaterium ability. See the opposite. Okay, until your next... Oh, right. So this is just put a unit into a doctrine, Thousand Suns Doctrine until the start of your next command phase. And it applies to your unit instead of the ability. Okay, so you can put a unit in 6-inch range, put a unit in Devastating Wounds regardless. I kind of figured they'd probably have that. All right, Devastating Sorcery. Now it's 2 CP. Add 9 inches to the range weapons of psychic abilities equipped by models in your unit. Each time a model in your unit makes psych attack, you can reroll the hit roll and the wound roll. God damn. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but this used to be 2 stratagems for 1 CP each. Now it's 1 strat for 2 CP, plus 9-inch range, 4 rolls to hit and wound. Oof, that is pretty good. If there's a discount for CP usage in this book, that's going to be quite strong. Okay. Arcane Focus, your shooting phase just after you, 1 CP, take a psychic test, a model for your army that channeled the warp before resolving the ritual. Okay. Reroll all of the d6 roll for that psychic test, including the additional d6 for channeling the warp. Okay, a couple of things I'm unsure about. Okay, let me reread this game. Your shooting phase, just after you take a psychic test for a TSONS model in your army with the channeled the warp. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom back up here for a second. Channel the warp. I'm assuming that means doing this stuff here, as in casting a spell. Although I didn't actually see that as being called Channel the Warp. I'm going to assume it's for that. Cool. That Thousand Suns model. Reroll all of the d6 roll for that psychic test, including the additional d6 for channeling the warp. Okay, cool. Did I miss something, guys? Or was there a way to get the additional d6? Okay, 1 second. Oh! Okay, you're all probably laughing at me now. Laugh away. Laugh away. You can channel the warp to get an extra d6 to take d3 mortals. Otherwise, it's just 2d6. Okay. Wow, that's really good. Okay. That makes doing this stuff a lot more reliable. I didn't realize that was that was going to be that easy to improve the casting value. Wow. Okay. So you have a 50% chance of doom bolting someone for d3 plus 3, and all you do is take d3 mortals. Wow. And that's only if you rolled a double or a triple. Wow. Okay. Okay. Chance to roll double or triple on 3 dice. I gotta look it up. Chance of a double and 3 dice. Give me a second, guys. I'm deep on Google Stack Exchange. 5 out of 12 to roll a double. So under half to roll a double plus 1d6. That's pretty good. And then you take 2 mortal wounds. Damn. Okay. Back to it. Okay, so you can reroll all that. Fantastic. Arcane Focus, really, really strong as well. Your command phase, TSONS Psyker from your army within range of objective marker. Oh wow, that's really strong. The objective marker remains under your control until your opponent's level of control. So you have sticky objective with TSONS Psykers. Wow, that's really good. Man, index attachment's looking good here. I've got to say, you have some really good stratagems, mad damage, good enhancements, double doom bolt. You've got reroll the test, blanket damage. Wow, okay. And you got 4 up Fiona Painting and psychic abilities. I mean, whatever, right? Wow, that's really good. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm gonna look at what the points changes are for the army in a bit after this, but Grand Common seems pretty strong. Wow, that's very strong. I hope that's the best one, because if there's one's better than that, this army's going to be extremely good. Okay, this looks like the Demon Detachment. Change Host of Deceit. Spicy. Scintillating Legions unit from the army. So this will be Tzeentch units from the army have the following ability. While a friendly TSONS Psyker is within 6 inches and visible to this unit, models in the unit have a 4+ invulnerable save against ranged attacks. Okay, whilst the friendly TSONS Psyker is... Okay, so your Thousand Suns units get 4 up and invuln against ranged attacks. Nice. Units from your army have the following. Thousand Sun models have the following ability. While a demon unit is within range and within 6 inches of it, that Scintillating Legion unit has the Cabal of Sorcerer's ability. Wow. So your demon psychers you cast your Thousand Sun psychic abilities. Sick. That's awesome. And then your demon boys give your TSONS guys 4 up invuln against ranged attacks. That's pretty good, man. I like that. That's cool design. You can include up to 1,000 points, and you can't be a warlord. Okay, that seems a lot more viable than the other demon detachments I've seen. Okay, so you can give your enhancements to the demons by the look of it. TSONS, 1,000 Suns or Lord of Change model only. At the start of your shooting phase, select one enemy unit within 12 invisible to the bearer. That unit must take a battle shock test. If that test is failed, that unit suffers 3 mortal wounds. That is not bad at all, actually. You know, just straight up trying to battle shock something. You can do it on a model you could use over and over again for multiple turns in the game. That's actually pretty solid. Don't hate that. TSONS infantry model. While the bearer is within 6 inches of a demon unit, each time the bearer channels warp, add 1 to the psychic result. Okay, pretty solid. I think that makes your chances of hitting a Doombolt. As you can see, Doombolt is like the one I like. A 62.5% chance if you do 3d6. Nice. Pretty solid. TSONS or Lord of Change. After both players have deployed their armies, select up to 3,000 Suns units from the army and deploy them. When doing so, you can set those units up in Strat Reserve, regardless of how many units are in Strat Reserve. Solid pre-game redeploy is always good, so I like that. TSONS infantry model only. Once for battle at the start of the phase, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, until the end of the phase, bearer gets a 2+ invulnerable save. Fucking booyah! That's good, bro. Damn, put that on a okay, you can't put it on a Lord of Change, but like put that on like a Sorcerer on Disc or Infernal Master. Damn, 2+ Invuln. That's pretty good, man. That's a good enhancement because 1,000 Suns. The way that the army plays often is that you have these like lone sorcerer units or like models, like Sorcerer on Disc. If the Sorcerer on Disc is good, that's going to be a big determining factor, I think, for this enhancement in particular. But if that is good, like just being like, boom, you can play him aggressive, boom, 2+ Invuln save, like that's pretty solid, especially if you're playing against a monophase army that's monophase combat, monophase shooting. Spicy. Okay, it's a pass so far. Okay, so these are all strats that I haven't seen before, of course. Your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its target. So shooting or fight phase, demon or TSON unit from the army that was selected, -1 to hit. Okay, Sulphurous Veil, -1 to hit in combat or shooting. Nice. Start of the fight phase, TSON unit from your army. Each time the model within engage range of your unit selects attacks for its targets for its attacks. It can only target your unit if there are no eligible Scintillating Legion targets for those attacks. Oh, that's nice. So we've got like a suffering and sacrifice mechanic here. That's pretty good, man. That is pretty strong. I quite like that. It's 3 CP though, and the army might be really CP hungry, so hard to say. One thing that's worth noting is that I realized there's no ritual for CP discount anymore, which is quite big actually. So the CP looks quite hungry here. Your opponent's movement phase, hopefully, like Ahriman gives you an additional CP every turn, like that'd be cool. Your opponent's movement phase, just after they end, fallback, advance, or whatever, a demon unit from your army, you can move up to 6 inches, or a normal move of flat 6 instead if it is wholly within a TSONS unit. Okay, reactive move. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's great. Fractal Disjunction. Your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. 1 Scintillating Legions on 1 demon unit from your army, except the monster, so you can't target Lord of Change. It was selected as target of its attack. To the end of the phase, your attack can only be selected. Okay, so it gives a demon unit lone op. Okay, 1 CP lone op. Your opponent's charge phase, just after an enemy unit declares a charge, 1 TSONS Psyker or Legion unit, -2 to charge. Okay, that's very good. That is very, very good. It's 1 CP as well, -2 to charge. Damn. So, like, you've got defensive melee ability, 1 -1 to hit, defensive melee ability, -2 to charge, defensive melee ability with the Suffering and Sacrifice. Quite good. Defensive melee ability, you can Ethereal Phantasm in front of your unit, so they have to charge it, and then use Deceptive Glamour. Cool. So, Glimmer Shift Portal, that's a cool name. End of your opponent's fight phase, up to 2 demon units from your army or 1 monster unit from your army. If those are more than 3 inches away from horizontal units, put them into Strat Reserve. That's pretty good. Okay, we're cooking. That's actually quite good. You know what? So the demon detachment, you give your ranged guys a 4-up in Vun save against ranged attacks. That's good. And then your demons can become psychers. That is obviously good, I assume. You could play Lords of Change, which are pretty decently costed now. You can up down your Lords of Change, which is nice. And you've got like a bunch of combat tricks. That's actually one of the better demon detachments I've seen. And I'm not going to lie, guys. Like, if the demon detachment looks pretty solid, this book's going to be pretty strong. Alrighty. Warp Meld pack. I can see like a Zangor here. So this is probably the shittest detachment. Oh dear. Warp Meld sacrifices the detachment rule, and it begins with the text: "The flesh and bone of Tzeentch's malleable servants flow like molten wax when his mutative power is invoked in a ritual place." No idea. I was expecting that to talk about some Zangors or something, to be honest. All right, having a good time. Each time an enemy unit is selected to shoot or fight, and one or more Tzeentch mutants from your army are selected as a target of one of those attacks. Okay. Each time those Tzeentch mutant units make a Warp Meld sacrifice. Okay. If it does, each one of them can make a Warp Meld sacrifice. So whenever your Tzeentch mutant units are targeted, by shooting or fighting, you can make a Warp Meld sacrifice. If it does, you take D3 mortal wounds until the end of the phase. Each time an attack targets that unit, subtract -1 for the wound roll. Damn, that's pretty good. Each time, so that's when you're targeted, you can get -1 to wound for D3 mortal wounds. Each time you shoot or fight, you can make a Warp Meld sacrifice, and you take D3 mortals wounds, and you get +1 to wound. Okay, Zangor units from your army have the battle line keyword, and while such a unit is not battle shocked, add 1 to their OC. Wow, okay. So Zangors become OC2, and they can hit a bit harder. This already doesn't sound great. Okay, Zangor Shaman. Each time the bearer attempts a ritual before determining the psychic test result, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, the bearer suffers D3 mortal wounds. If it is not destroyed as a result, add 1 to the psychic dice. That's a pretty good enhancement. Warp Meld Dagger. That's a cool name too. Diamond of Distortion. Zangor model only. While the bearer is leading a unit, each time the attack targets a unit, subtract 1 for the hit roll. That's good. Obviously, combo that with -1 to hit, -1 to wound. Pretty good. But these guys are kind of squishy, right? So, like, -1 to wound is obviously good, but, like, if you're T5 -1 to wound, that'd be even better. Hopefully, can you get into T4? That would be really nice if possible. Okay, Sorcerer Infernal Master. The bearer has a Scout 6 ability. Okay. During a declared battle formations, the bearer can be attached to a Zangor's unit. So, okay, I'm just going to put this out there. If your unit that you're joining doesn't have Scout 6, you can't give like Rubric Marines Scout 6, right? You just have a unit. You just have a guy that leads a unit that gets Scout. And the guy has Scout 6. So perhaps this needs to be FAQ'd such that during the declared battle formation step, the bearer can be attached to a Zangor's unit. Okay, so I'm assuming Zangor's Scout move. Okay, so you can lead a unit and scout it, I suppose. Seems like a bit of a miss, that one. Zangor model only. The bearer has the Fiona Pain 4+ ability and a wounds characteristic of 5. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm assuming that basically doubles the amount of wounds for how many points you're paying for that. Okay. Not super sold so far. Let's see if there's any broken strats in here. Okay, any phase, TSONS character model that was just destroyed. Until the end of the phase, one Tzeentch Chaos Spawn unit containing one. Until the end of the phase, add one Tzeentch Spawn Chaos unit containing one model to your army. Set up as close as possible when your model is destroyed and not within engagement range. Oh, that's awesome. So your character can die and you can flip him into Chaos Spawn. Oh, that's pretty sweet, actually. That by far takes the coolest stratagem so far. I love that. That's awesome. Okay, next one. 1 CP. Your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase. Your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase. Just after an enemy unit selected as targets, one Zangor unit, you get a 4-up in one. Okay, that seems really good, obviously. 4-up in one in combat, which you're going to be taking lots of volume against. It seems really strong. Fight phase, after a Tzeentch mutant unit from your army selected to fight. Is a Mutalith Vortex Beast a Tzeentch mutant unit? We'll see. Until the end of the phase, because obviously the Mutal Beast is like one of the best units, right? Until the end of the phase, each time you make a Paladin, you consolidate, you can basically 6-inch Paladin consolidate. When resolving those attacks, such models can be a target, those enemy units within 3 inches of them. I mean, that's obviously really strong. You can pile in or consolidate 6 inches, and you can fight 3 inches. Okay, if I'm reading that right. For 1 CP, I mean, that seems absolutely like an insane stratagem. And I'm assuming Tzeentch mutant units are probably terrible. Bliss Transmutations, command phase, 1 TSONS Psyker from your army, and 1 friendly Zangor unit that is below starting strength and within 12 inches of that Psyker model. Return up to D3. Yeah, +1 destroyed models. Nice. Really good. Happy to see the stratagem. So you can revive Zangor units. Cool. Already looking like a crit detachment sort of thing, right? No respawn though. After starting your movement phase, 1 Tzeentch mutant unit from your army. Until the end of the phase, your unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in the turn in which it advanced. That's really strong. Nice, so you can jail people a bit easier. TSONS Mirage, reinforcement step of your movement phase, 1 Tzeentch unit from your army, and you can set it up with no more than 3 inches away, which is 6 inches now, or anywhere on the battlefield, away from all enemy units if it is a monster unit. So 9 inch if it's a monster unit, 6 inches if it's another unit. In either case, until the end of the turn, you can't charge. I mean, wow. This detachment has very good strats, but it is probably going to be propped up by garbage datasheets. And if you read the list building algorithm, which is a course I recently released, you'll know that building around these things too much in bad datasheets, it can often be a pitfall. So if you're looking at getting into list building, list design, you can check out that course on 40k Fireside. Sweet models. Hell yeah. Rubric Phalanx. All is dust, baby. Nick is going to be super happy. All is dust is back. Awesome. Each time an attack with an unmodified damage characteristic of 1 and unmodified damage characteristic of 1, okay, is allocated to a Rubric model from your army, add 1 to the armor saving throw. Okay, well, All is Dust was really powerful when it was in 9th edition. That was obviously your faction ability, so good to see it come back. Kind of harkening back to the 9th edition book here, which I kind of appreciate. Okay. TSONS model only. At the start of the declared battle formations, either select up to 2 Rubric battle line units from the army. Rubric K, I'm assuming that's like maybe include Scarab Occult Terminators. Maybe Scarab Occult Terminators as well. Mm-hmm. You can get the Infiltrate ability. Oh, damn, that's pretty good. That's okay. Rubric battle line units, or 1 other Rubric unit from your army. So I think maybe that'll mean Scarab Occult Terminators are Rubric, and you could go like 2 Rubric units or 1 Terminator unit. Hopefully, that'd be awesome. It's pretty powerful. TSONS model only. When a Rubric unit, I'm just going to call it Rubric, whatever unit, is within 9 inches of the bearer, you can reroll Battle Shock tests for that unit. Okay, not that great. While the bearer's unit is leading a unit, each time a Rubric model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. Nice. So if you're playing Terminators and then Rubric hitting on 2s probably with the missiles as well. TSONS infantry model only. The bearer's melee weapons have the sustained D3 and Dev Wounds ability. Stave. Abominus. Yo, that's sick. Hell yeah, dude. Whack that shit on a sorcerer. Exalted Sorcerer on disc. Just like go through, sustain D3, Dev Wound, get fucked. That's probably good on an Exalted Sorcerer on disc, actually. Damn. Turn that guy into an absolute weapon. Cool. Pretty good suite of enhancements. Okay. Ardent Automata. Okay. Your movement phase after a Rubric unit from your army falls back. That Rubric unit, until the end of the phase, you can fall back, shoot, and charge? What the fuck? Oh my god, that's insanely good. What the hell? Dude, if that can target Terminators... Okay. Okay, guys, I need to clarify something really quick. I'm looking for Scarab Occult Terminators. Where are we? Sorcerer, load more images. Come on! Scarab Occult Terminators! Please! Salted Sorcerer on disc. Demon Princes. The new robots there. Sorcerer. Come on! Oh, here we go. Scarab Occult Terminators. I'm like viewing it on the side here. This is kind of embarrassing. Where are we? All models, infantry terminators, chaos, rubricae. They're rubricae. Yo, that's pretty good, man. Damn, dude, this book is this book is good, dude. Fallback, shoot, and charge for your fucking terminators for 1 CP. What the fuck? That's very good. Oh, okay, I just wanted to double check. Until the end of it, your unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge. Oh, baby. That is very good. That is very good. That was very good. And you should understand how good that is by how excited I am. Okay, inexorable advance. Your movement phase, 1 rubricae unit, so terminators. Until the end of your turn, your unit can ignore all modifiers to its move characteristic and to advance rolls made for it, and ranged weapons have the assault ability. Sick. Advance and shoot 1 CP. Fallback, shoot and charge 1 CP. Eldar terminators right here. Your shooting phase. 1 TSONS Psycho unit from your army that's not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of the phase, all Inferno bolt pistols, Inferno bolt guns, and Inferno combi bolters have the psychic ability and strength 5. Fuck me, man. They're just like, dude. Hey, David. So, Scarab Cold Terminators have been good like the entire edition, man. I think you should probably play some Scarab Occult Terminators. Dude, if they went down in points as well. Oh, cooking. Revenge of the Rubricae. Your opponent's shooting phase just after a TSONS Psyche unit from your model is destroyed. Okay. Which is probably going to happen quite often. So 1 Rubricae army from your army was within 6 inches of that Psyche model when it's destroyed. After the attacking model has shot, your Rubricae unit can shoot as if you're shooting phase, but when it resolved those attacks, it can only target the enemy unit that was just destroyed. This is actually not that good. Maybe in long shootouts, but they're probably going to kill your Psycho model from far away. So not actually that good. Maybe like fringe use cases. Implacable Guardians. 2 CP. Your opponent's shooting phase. Rubric Marine Psycho unit from your army that was just selected. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack is allocated, excluding Psycho models, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of that attack. I'll be honest with you, this is not that insane either. Because this doesn't apply to Terminators, and in addition, doesn't stack with All Is Dust either. So, 2 CP, you're probably going to be pretty hard to come by using that. Maybe if you have a big 10-man unit. Okay, your opponent's charge phase, just after an enemy ends a charge, 1 Rubric Marine from your army that's within engaged range of that unit. Until the end of the phase turn, each time an attack targets unit, subtract 1 from the wound roll. That's pretty damn good, though. Damn, so they kind of want you playing like these 10-man rubrics, 10-man terminators. Damn, dude. That's pretty sick. Dude, fallback, shoot, and charge, and full advance and shoot, and then just like amp your damage with psychic and strength 5. That's pretty good, dude. Yeah, that seems quite strong. Is it better than Index? Oh, it's hard to tell, man. That does seem quite strong, though. Okay, Warpforged Cabal. Okay, it's got these like new Egyptian pharaoh looking things. Let me know what you think about the design down below. It's been pretty mixed feedback on it. Okay, this detachment started off like hot shit in terms of it was like absolutely insanely good. And then, it got a little bit worse later on. All This Dust is just in fight phase as well. Okay, interesting. And it's unmodified, so you can't like modify this down to like a damage shoot down to 1 then get All This Dust. Not as I understand it. Okay, a TSONS. Okay, so this looks like the vehicle detachment. Each time a 1,000 Suns vehicle unit from your army is selected to shoot or fight, apply one of the following when resolving those attacks. This detachment is probably garbage, just a heads up. If that vehicle is within 6 inches of 1 or more friendly Psycho models, you can reroll 1 hit, 1 wound, 1 damage roll. Well, that's pretty good. If that vehicle is within 6 inches of 1 or more friendly TSONS Psycho models, you can reroll 1 hit roll. Okay. Otherwise, you can reroll 1 hit roll, 1 wound roll, or 1 damage roll. Okay. So if you're within range of a Psycho, you reroll a hit damage and wound roll. Okay, so basically a Master Artisans. And if you're not, you get like half Master Artisans. 1 hit, 1 wound roll. Sorry, I apologize if you might not know that reference. There was a detachment ability called Master Artisans in 8th edition, I think, which is when it was called, you could reroll a hit or damage roll, a hit or wound roll. Okay, each time a TSONS vehicle unit is destroyed with a deadly demise ability, if you're within range of a Psyker, that model's deadly demise ability inflicts mortal wounds on a d6, roll a 5+ instead of only a 6. Okay, interesting. That does not seem like a positive army ability. Okay, cool. Okay, on to the enhancements. Okay, while TSON's model, while you're within 6 inches of the vehicle, each time the bearer channels the warp, you can roll an additional d6, but before you can, so each time you go 3d6, you can go 3d6, but before checking for doubles and triples, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, select one of the vehicles. That unit suffers 1 mortal wound, and you can reroll an additional d6. That's very good. That's really good. Awesome. TSONS infantry model only. While the bearer is within 3 inches of a 1,000 Suns vehicle, you get lone up. Okay. Pretty good with an Infernal Master, I guess. Nice. While the bearer is within 3 inches and you don't have to be visible. Okay, that's pretty okay. TSONS model only in your command phase. You can select one additional 1,000 Suns, something or other, model within. You can heal a vehicle, I'm presuming. It's kind of cut off here. Warp Cursed Rune Master, 1,000 Suns model only. While the bearer is within 6 inches of one or more friendly 1,000 Suns vehicle units, each time you manifest a ritual, you can add 6 to its range. Nothing, not incredible. Just a reminder, guys, like TSONS vehicle units are probably like Forge Fiend, a Land Raider, a Rhino, maybe the new robot thing or whatever like that. So it's a pretty limited number of like the Hellbrute, I suppose. Do they have a Mauler Fiend as well? I forget. I mean, that's how garbage that model is. Okay, your opponent's shooting phase, onto the strats. Just after they've selected a thing, Armor of Contempt. But it's called Hex-marked armor. Thank you very much. And it only applies to vehicles. Okay, I mean, that's a really good strat. There's no doubt about it. Okay, this looks like a spicy one. Mutate Landscape. Oh, this is the name of a 9th edition secondary faction-specific card you could do. 1,000 Suns unit from your army within range of objective marker. You mutate it, of course, and you stick it. Whilst you mutate it, each time an enemy unit ends a normal advance charge move within range of the objective marker, roll a d6 on a 4+. They suffer d3 mortal wounds. Not terribly exciting. Pretty fringe. Your movement phase after a TSONS vehicle falls back. That vehicle and one friendly cycle within 6 inches of that vehicle, you can, until the end of the turn, your vehicle unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn which it fell back. Damn. Okay. That vehicle unit and one friendly. That's pretty good, man. Oh, wait, hold up. Your movement phase, just after a TSONS vehicle from your army falls back, that vehicle unit and one friendly 1,000 Suns Psyker unit within 6 inches of that vehicle unit, your vehicle unit is eligible to fall back and shoot and declare a charge from turn which it fell back. Oh, right. I thought you could maybe make the TSONS Psyker unit get that as well. Okay, so fall back, shoot, and charge, is obviously really good. So a great strat there. Armor of Contempt and that, both really good. Your command phase, TSONS vehicle unit from your army within 6 inches of another Psyker. Until the start of your next command phase, your vehicle unit is malevolent. Awesome. While a unit is malevolent, it can ignore any or all modifiers to the following: the profile characteristics of its models, okay, weapon skill, ballistic skill characteristics of weapons equipped by the models, and any roll or test made for it. Okay, so ignore mods. Sure, ignore mods for the end of the turn. Guess that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Your shooting phase: one TSON vehicle unit from your army within 6 inches of a friendly 1,000 Psychic unit. Until the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by vehicle models have the Psychic ability, and each time an attack is made with such a weapon, add 1 to the wound roll. I mean, okay, that's really good. Wow. +1 to wound, and you get Psychic on your weapons. It's pretty sweet. Okay, your opponent's charge phase: one vehicle unit from your army that's within engagement range rolls 6d6. Each 5+ in enemy unit takes a mortal wound, and they have to take a battle shock test. That is actually very good. If you're getting charged by like an OC thing, you can just 1 CP deal the mortal wounds, but it's really the battle shock here, which is good. A lot of units rely on not being battle shocked to use strats to actually kill your vehicle. So, okay, this attachment could actually be pretty good. We'll have to see what vehicles end up being applicable, but there's a lot of good stratagem support here. Interesting. Hexmark armor. I believe this is just a repeat. And okay, is that the last attachment? That it looks like that's the last one. Okay, so let's go over the detachments. First impressions. I have to say, I think the index detachment looks probably the strongest. That seems very, very, very good. Demon detachment, it's like a B. Warp Mail Pact, it's like a B. It depends if you can. It depends if Tzeentch Mutant is a Mutalith Vortex Beast. Given that it's Mutalith and it's kind of Tzeentch, I would hope that it's kind of counted like that. In that case, then you could make it like a -1 to wound, which could be really good. And you could like potentially heal it maybe with this strat. No, it only heals Zangor units. Okay. Rubricai Phalanx, I think, is the second best attachment probably, and should be quite strong indeed. And Warpforged Cabal, not super hot on myself. Okay. Yes. Okay, so only 4 detachments? Maybe there's another one. Let me just ask on the Discord really quick. Are there only attachments? Index, Dust, Tzeentch, vehicles. Okay, now we're on to a couple of other ones. Cool. I'm going to... Unfortunately, these are not all downloaded. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to jump on the Discord and go through some of the things here. So let's jump into the Discord and we'll go over some of the data sheets. Otherwise, I'm going to be going back and forth on so much things. All right, you see my big face here really quick. Whee! And window, Discord. This is our Discord server. As you can see, popping off. Everyone's keen about the leaks. 40k Fireside membership level Phoenix Lord. Okay, the Primarch himself, Magnus the Red. Big Maggie. Okay. He's got Daily Demise D6, Deep Strike, Cabal of Sorcerers. Okay. You can select one of the abilities. Okay, sure. This model can attempt up to 2 rituals per turn instead of 1. Each time you attempt a ritual, add 2 to the psychic test. The problem being is that you're going to take D3 mortals every time you want a 3d6 on this guy, and like you could just cast 2, take D3 mortals, and then you're on 10 wounds all of a sudden. Ugh. Okay. So he's -1 damage still. Impossible Form obviously was an insane ability. +2 to move, and then hazardous ability. Okay, so he's exactly the same like that. His strike profile is, 16 -3/3. Maybe that's the same, but I don't think he was damaged 2 on his sweep. So his sweep got a lot better. Nice. Gaze of Tzeentch is the 3d3, 11 -2, flat 3. Awesome, 24-inch range. Dev Wound Psychic, of course. Blast ignores cover Psychic for d6 +3, 612. So this looks exactly the same. Not any huge changes. Obviously, he gets +2 to cast. Still 16 wounds, 2 up save, movement 14. He doesn't really amplify your army as much anymore. So it'll be interesting to see. He used to give +1 to wound aura for all your psychic abilities, which was obviously mega strong. Yeah, okay. Magnus is not as good, I'm going to say. Magnus is not as good, I'm going to say. Okay, on to the next one. Let's go through the Change of Deceit. We've already seen that one. Magnus Red. Oh, Change of Deceit. Okay. Going to be flicking through Grand Coven. We've already seen that. Rubricai Phalanx. We've already seen that. And okay, we've already seen that. Okay, I'm going to have to go through and go through by hand. Oh, it's a bit brutal. I really don't want to. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to download all of these and then flip them. I'm pretty excited so far, though. I'm excited to see maybe a Thousand Suns army that doesn't have such a reliance on Magnus, and maybe there's some other ways to play him as well. I'm really excited to not have to build around stuff like Cabal rituals as well, because I think, man, it was a really hindering part of your army. Obviously, it was completely busted, but it was kind of hard to build around. So okay, I've got like most of the images here. So let's start off with this image right here, and I'm going to be going rotate. Okay, that was Magnus. Give me a second, guys. Oh, the leaks, killing me. Can I go to the next image? Yes, I can. Okay, yeah, rotated for your viewing pleasure. Give me 1 second. Oh man, dude, I love TSONS. Oof. Here we go. Shit. Bam. Ooh, that's Magnus. Can I go to the next one? Or did I share the wrong one? I think I probably did. Give me 1 moment. Oh, big face again. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. Back and forward. Nice. Just as we drew it up. Okay, Exalted Sorcerer. Previously, this guy was like, okay. Didn't really see a lot of play, so let's see maybe how he's changed. Astral Blast. Blast, Devastating Wound, Psychic. 18-inch range. D6 shots. 6 minus 2, D3. Okay, fair enough. Obviously, the disc version of this guy was like the most played version. Force Weapon is 6-1 D3 with 5 attacks. Now, remember when I was saying like that ability to that enhancement to just give like D3 sustained and then dev wounds? That'd be pretty good on this guy, Okay, Inferno Bolt Pistol is, 411, cool. So while you're leading a unit, you get a 4-up invulnerable save. In your command phase, if that model is leading a unit, you can roll a d6. On a 1, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. 2 to 5, you can return 1 destroyed bodyguard. On a 6, you can return 2. Okay, that's interesting. So you're probably returning 1, and maybe a 10-man rubric unit is good in the future. We'll have to see. Not a huge improvement on that guy. Okay, SOTs. Okay, you're -1 to wound while you're led by a psychic unit, which you will always be led by. Really good. Each time an attack. Okay, so they are toughness 5. Okay. Just gonna put it out there, guys. This is not if the strength is higher than the toughness. Yeah. So if you're strength 4, you're wounding a Terminator on 6s. You're strength 5, you're wounding them on 5s. That's pretty good, man. They are 3 wounds and 4 on the Psyker. And I think the other guy will be a Psyker model, probably. Yeah, he's just a Psyker. So they just get +1 to -1 to wound all the time. Nice. Pretty cool. Okay, so usually you take the Hellfire Missile Rack, which is 2 shots at 10 minus 2, 3. Oh, okay. You've got the Inferno Combi Bolter and a Soul Reaper Cannon as well. Soul Reaper Cannon is 6 minus 2, 1. 6 shots, dev wounds. I mean, Soul Reaper Cannon is really good. And then we've also got Malevolent Curse, Anti-Infantry, dev wounds, 3 attacks, 4 minus 3, 1. Pretty good. And we've got the Inferno Combi Bolters. So these are going to be important, I think, because we've got +1 AP on them. Nice. And you can make them Psychic Strength 5. So you can push these guys to like Psychic, if that's important. Well, that is important if you're playing the Cabal, Coven of Cabal, because you can get 6-inch range or +1 to wound. Or you can get, you can't do that in Cabal, actually. You can only do that in the other detachment. Okay, so you're basically getting 5 minus 2, 1, which is probably +1 to wound in a lot of circumstances. Nice, that's pretty strong. Okay, so for every 5 models, you can get 1 Hellfire Missile Rack. Every 5 models, Combi Bolter can be replaced with a Soul Reaper Cannon, basically. And the Sorcerer can have a Prospering Corpish. Nice. And then everyone else should be equipped with something. Scarab Sorcerer. So they all have the Prospering Corporate still. I mean, guys, Terminators are pretty good here, actually. 3 attacks at 522. That's pretty nice. I am liking that. And we'll have to see what they're led by, but yeah, that's pretty good, especially if they went down in points. That's Magnus the Red. We've already been over. Okay, here's a guy that might lead them. A Sorcerer in Terminator armor. While you're leading a unit, lethal hits. Nice. In your shooting phase, after this model unit is shot, select one more unit, and it suppresses them. Okay. Not the worst, not the best. I mean, this guy might not be worth his points in the long run here, when you think about it. He's got some 18-inch range guns. None of these look particularly special. And he's got like a, psychic weapon, combi bolter. Okay, not that great. Not that great. Gives you lethal hits, but you already have -1 to wound anyway from your sorcerer in your unit, which can't be precision. It gives them the suppressibility. So probably this guy's not going to be worth his points if you're going to be joining him on Terminators. Terminators, I will also mention, have Deep Strike, of course. That's pretty damn good. Nice. Jesus. Going to be pretty easy to rapid ingress these bad boys. Oh, here's the new robots. We've got the smallest version of the robots. Once per battle round, you can fire Overwatch or Heroic for 0 CP. That's trash. There's T6, 3 up save, 4 wounds apiece. Okay. And it looks like they have I think they have 2 flamers, maybe, or 2 of these flamers. They've got some flamers. Okay, we'll have to see what the points work out for these guys. What keywords do they have? They've got infiltrators and stealth. Okay, that's pretty nice. I don't know why they have stealth. They don't seem very stealthy to me. Okay, sorcerer. Okay, this guy was good for a long time. Oh, guys, he still has the sustained hits 3. Yes. Pandemonic delusion. Oh, mate, 6 attacks, sustain 3. Oh, love this guy, dude. Can be attached to Rubric Marines. Once per battle in your shooting phase and fight phase, you can use this ability if it does improve the strength and attack characteristics of psychic weapons equipped by this model by 3. Nice. So you got 9 attacks, strength 8 minus 1, sustain D3. Pretty sick. Did he used to have Twisted Sorcery's ability? I don't think so, right? I think he used to have the Lone Op ability, but damn, this is pretty good. Like, this guy's gonna crank now. And if you're playing the Coven detachment, you can get full rerolls to hit. So you can be like, boom, 9 attacks, full rerolls to hit and wound. Give me like 20 something hits. It's pretty sick. While you're leading a unit, you get lethal hits as well. Okay, pretty solid. I mean, this guy's usually pretty cheap, so it'll be interesting to see if he gets played. No, you know, it's worth mentioning now when you think about the army construction, you don't need to build around Cabal points anymore. So, you know, that's pretty big. You don't need to be like, oh, I need to play 4 sorcerers, so I have this many things. You know, you could just run Rubric Marines without any leaders attached to it, which I think is really, really interesting. Oh, Infernal Daddy, here we go. Here we go. Okay, whilst you're leading, you get sustain 1. Okay. At the end of your turn, once per turn, you can change a hit roll, wound roll, or saving roll to an unmodified 6. So that hasn't changed. Awesome. Fires of the Abyss is still 612, 2d6, Hazardous Torrent. All right, dude. Infernal Masterman with +1 strength and +1 damage. Still pretty good, dude. Still pretty good. Yeah. This guy has probably been like the nemesis of many people. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we end up playing him. Just a solo one might be really good. I remember there was like some detachments that had some solo enhancement for him. That might be pretty strong. Sorcerer. Okay. We've already seen that guy. Nice. Good chat. Okay, Thousand Suns Rhino. Okay, here we go. Oh, Sorceress Support. Oh, what is this? In your shooting phase, after this model has probably shot an enemy unit, until the end of the phase, if an enemy that disembarked from this transport makes a psychic attack, add 1 to the hit roll and 1 to the wound roll. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty... Damn, okay. So Rhino's got a lot better. Oh, it doesn't have firing deck though. Look, no firing deck. Wow. That is a huge nerf to the Rhino. Oof. No firing deck is pretty big loss, man. Damn. Sorcerer Support is good, but firing deck, if you just think about the ability, was a lot better. Oh, oh, of course you can play a Vindicator in the vehicle detachment. Okay. I don't know if we've got an image of the Vindicator. Oh, his Armin. Awesome. Hell yeah. Armin. This is the 6-inch. No, he just moves 10 now. Okay, so they've gotten rid of the disc ability. That's cool. It's a blast. D6 +1, 6 minus 1, D3. Okay, that seems like something pretty similar to what he used to have. He can lead Rubric Marines or Zangar Enlightened. If you include this model, okay. After both players deploy their armies, you can set those units in strat reserve if you wish, regardless of how many are in strat reserve. Okay. Okay, you can select up to 3 units from your army and redeploy them. So he gives you a 3-unit redeploy and into strat reserve. Okay. Each time this model attempts a ritual, add 1 to the psychic test result. That doesn't seem that good. That maybe if it's a critical one, but wouldn't you just rather play like a cheaper psyker that you just take D3 mortal wounds on? Like his fucking Araman, man. I didn't play him at WTC, then I didn't regret it. Dump Araman. Oh yeah, they have Predators as well. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess they do have a few vehicles. Predator. Oh, each time this model makes a ranged attack, it targets a vehicle monster that was hit by 1 or more psychic attacks by 1000 Psycho model from your army, including the Doombot ritual. You can reroll the hit roll and the damage roll. What the fuck? Yo! Ooh. Ooh. That's pretty good, man. Damn. 4 rerolls to hit and reroll damage. Get some las cannons here. Okay, I can see that. Bring it in from strat reserve, hit some people up. Damn, okay. I believe that this is the Predator version. Ranged attack. I think, okay, I'm going to speculate. This is Predator version is ranged attack, and if you have hit them with a Psycho, you get +1 AP, which is going to be good too. Okay. Wow, the vehicle's got a lot better. Oh, that's an old image. Balance alt text. Okay, I think that's it for the leaks that we have, man. I'm gonna go through the web page again and see if there's like any juicy ones. Oh, we've got the Hellbrute here. Oh man, dude, they're all juicy, man. Forge Fiend, Mauler Fiend. I don't give a fuck about him. Despoiler? Oh, it's a Defiler. Okay, yeah, Defiler as well, I suppose. Helldrake, Chaos Spawn. I really just want to see the Mutalith Vortex Beast, mate. Show me the money. Where is he? I've got 3 of them. Okay, there's a whole bunch of Zangors. I won't get to that, otherwise I'll be here all day with my head tilted to the side. Kairos Fate Weaver. Interesting. Oh, okay. Here's a. Okay, let's swap it up. Oh, guys, I'm so excited. Oof. Share as fast as possible. Share it with the people. Chrome tab. Kairos Fate Weaver. Now, like I said, CP could be really important in this army based on the first initial impressions here on the stratagem suites. So Kairos is going to give you that ability. Going to give you ability in your command phase. If you're on the battlefield, you know, leadership test you pass, you get 1 CP. Oh, so good. And he has Vict. Oh. Could be good depending on the points. Lord of Change is exactly the same. Cool. Lord of Change is solid. Screamers are actually pretty good now. So, like, I can see Screamers, you know, having a place in Thousand Suns armies, right? Flamers are also good. So, you know, demons, you know, allying demons in might be pretty good. I mean, I guess you can only do it in that 1 detachment now that I think about it, but it could be good. Screamers are actually pretty competitive right now, I think. Although they don't get -1 to hit. Okay, let me just load back up my images. Oh, dude. I love Thousand Suns. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'll share this in a second. One momento. Back again. Share a different. For some reason, there's not like a smart switcher for like sharing screens. Maybe someone should really invent that. Mutalith Vortex Beast. Here we go, baby. Okay. The most important part, he still has the railgun. Hell yeah, dude. I remember at WTC, I blasted a guy with this and rolled a 6 to wound. Dev'd him. Yes, he's still got a 2d6 flamer. Nice. He's still got a d6 +3. Oh my word, he still has a 5-up Feel No Pain. He has a 4-up save, 5-up Invuln save, 13 wounds. Oh, dude, Mutalith Beast is still good, man. Oh, dude. Dude. He is a mutant as well. I think that means that he triggers the Zangor, the keyword attachment, but damn, that's good. Oh, dude, he just gives TSONS models. See, exactly. This is what I don't get with the design space. Why does the Mutalith Beast give everyone +1 to channel? Like, dude, put that on Ahriman or something like that, you know? The Mutalith Beast is already so good, man. Oh, dude, he gives an aura of +1 to cast? Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. And then he still has the same really good ability, Mutating Vortex, which destroys Elder. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Mutalith Beast are fucking back, baby. Oh, yeah, loving that shit, mate. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, man, I love Mutalith Beasts. Forge Fiend, okay. Forgy Boy suppresses a target. Basically exactly the same as before. Okay. You know, fair play. He can get 4 rolls to hit in the vehicle detachment, or +1 to wound. I think maybe he can get +1 to wound is going to be really good on a Forge Fiend actually. So that's pretty good. Mauler Fiend. I mean, let's be honest with you. He better be really cheap. Mutalith Beast, and I think that's it. Give me 1 second. Not going to make the same mistake as last time. Oh, I've got the Hellbrute here. Okay, you're going to see my big face for a second. The Hellbrute special ability is pretty terrible. There we go, guys. Awesome. This has been absolute wicked. I'm going to just pop over to the Discord really quick, and I'm going to look at the points of changes, which I see a lot of green. There is a lot of green, good sir. Oh, man. Dude, they put the points down. Dude, the points are down. Okay, Ahriman, Oh, fucking Infernal Master went up 15. Son of a bitch. Armament went down 15. Okay, that's good. Mutalith Beast is still the same, 160. Okay. Infernal Hellbrute, I believe that's like the Hellbrute, is down 20. 110. Okay, that's pretty cheap. 140 for a Forge Fiend. Okay. 130 for Mauler Fiend. Terminators. Oh, dude, Terminators went down. Hell yeah, dude. Terminators are now 15 wounds for 180 points. It's actually quite good. 375 for 10. That's a lot more reasonable. Sorcerer in the Terminator armor. Yeah, like I said, 85 points there. Sorcerer on disc. Oh, we didn't see the Sorcerer on disc. Guys. Is there a Sorc on disc leak? We'll see if someone hits me up with that one. Yeah, our Discord is so awesome as well. Unintentional plug. Here we go. Rubric Marines are down. Okay, that's good. Wow. Down 30 for 10. That's nice. Predators are down too. Wow, 130 for the Pred Annihilator? Dude, these are really competitive now in TSONS, I think. That's awesome. Defiler is down. Maybe that's just bringing it in line. Demon Prince. Oh, we didn't look at the Demon Prince. Okay, I gotta save some stuff for the Masterclass. Okay, we'll get there. The robots are 45 points each, down 55 points. Zangor Enlightened, okay, are down. So Zangors went down. Zangors went down across the board. Okay, wow. Pinks are down. Ooh, pinks are down. That's interesting. Pink horrors are definitely the type of unit where if they get too cheap, can just be spammed really easily. So that's interesting. And then a bunch of like detachment abilities here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. No, there's 6 detachments. No, I've been deceived. The leaks only have a few detachments. Scumbag. Grand Conclave is the one I was voting was the best so far. Umbrella of Crystal is 15. Epitaph of the Vortex is like the +1 damage one. Forbidden Lore is like not as good anymore. And Incandescent, I think, is the good one. So, yeah, pretty reasonable price range. What is the Warp Rubric Lord 5-point enhancement there? Okay, 5-pointer. That might be the one that gives you, I don't know, like loan up or something like that. Awesome. Kairos is 260. Lord of Change is 250. It's pretty interesting when you consider that compared to Magnus, right? Obviously, Magnus can be -1 damage, which is really strong. So, yeah, we'll see. Guys, this has been epic. I am literally probably playing a test game tonight. So I'm going to get straight onto list building. Once again, I will be dropping the Thousand Suns Masterclass. I am debating whether to do it in real life or not. I mean, over Discord in a workshop or not. But I will be dropping it probably in about 5 or 6 days' time. It will be out well before the codex is released to the public. So if you want to get a head start, having tournament-ready lists already done by, look, one of the best list builders in the world, I'm going to have it there. So you can come out first weekend, smash everything. If you're going to play the Bristol Super Major, that's like the first Super Major where it's legal, definitely check out the Masterclass. It's going to be absolutely epic. 40kfireside.com. There we go. Peace out. I will see you guys around, and I'll be talking about TSONS for a lot. Have a good one, guys. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the 40k Fireside. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, drop us a comment, check out the YouTube members area, and we look forward to seeing you again next time by the Fireside.